All right, and we're back. Hey guys, welcome to the second episode of our Fallout 4 journey. It is I, the Inedible Matman, otherwise known as Baron von Nerdmeister himself. And we are, once again, continuing on with where we left off here in the Sanctuary. So, if this is your first time in, hi, welcome to my channel. If this is your returning person, hey, welcome back. Guys, what we are doing here is not just a playthrough of Fallout 4, but we are going through and sort of tutorializing how I play through it, okay? I've played through this game, I've beaten it like 4 times, and each time with a different faction. So, I've played through this story a lot. And I've gotten a sense of how to play the game, especially on easier modes, obviously, because I'm not that good of a game player. But for a friend of mine out there who they have had some difficult times getting into this game and playing it, I have decided, yes, I am in fact going to play through it for them and give them an idea of how to play like me, basically. How to get the idea, how you can like go through the game and actually beat it. Anyway, last time, as you may remember, we were in Sanctuary, and I did a little bit of cleaning up off screen here. What we're going to do in this episode, we're not going to continue the story this episode, okay? And quite the opposite, actually. What we're going to do is we are going to go through and we are going to do a little bit of settlement building here in our new Sanctuary town. Now, why are we going to do that? Well, when I play this game, and I think this is very important, one of the things I like to make sure I have is a sense of the RPG. Why am I playing this character? So I like to build up this Sanctuary just a little bit and provide what, there's no one here yet, but there will be people here, story-wise, just a little bit. So we want to make sure this is a home for people. And the best way to do that is to clean it all out and sort of set it back up. Now, going forward, what we're going to do is we're actually going to turn each one of the houses in Sanctuary into some sort of store or a shop of some sort, a place that I can go to buy items and put items on display. That's going to be pretty cool, I think. But these aren't where people are going to live. I don't want people to sleep here unless, like, say they're the shopkeeper. And yes, we are going to work on setting beds for shopkeepers. But I wanted to go through just to kind of show you the first thing I did here with my home. Now, I don't consider this my home anymore, okay? Once you get to the future, once you're here, this is just sort of the place I used to live. But you might feel like when you first get here, I kind of want to do something. I kind of want to sleep in a place that's familiar to me. I want to, be around my stuff. Yes, I did put some new stuff in here, just as a chance to kind of show off how you can decorate a little bit. But what I always do is I always take this room, I throw a bed down, some sort of chest here, or cabinet, so I can put all my excess stuff in. I like kind of boarding up the windows just because, I don't know, I wouldn't want the elements to be hitting me. And I do have a comic book or a magazine spinner rack here with our first issue of Grognak the Barbarian already on there. Oops, this is the wrong way around. I've got this guy, which is an end table here. Oops. There we go. Boom. And theoretically, we'd be able to put, like, a lamp or something on there. Do we have a lamp? One of the things I was also curious about is I have the DLCs installed. I just don't understand why I'm not getting the benefits of any of the DLC, but I guess it's, yeah, I don't know. Miscellaneous? Nah. Okay, well, whatever. Oops. Jesus. Let's just make a few mistakes, shall we? Alright, that sounds good. Where's the end table? That's not it. Oh, it's the tables. It's under tables. There it is. Alright. Yeah. Okay, anyway. I just like to kind of dress this up just a little bit. This place, for me at least, becomes sort of like a sanctuary in Sanctuary. But, you can't really claim a place because no matter where you go in Sanctuary, once people are here, they're going to sleep in almost any bed they want unless you assign them a bed. What I did do was put down a couple of pylons and started creating a generator cluster over here. Ooh, I should probably, just for the sake of not having this giant open structure here, let's wood floor. Maybe if we do it like this. Eesh. And whoops, put one next to it. There we go. And then go over here, we can put some shack walls up, so that way nobody can get in this little spot of my village there. Alright. That'll work. Oop, I used up some wood, didn't I? I scrapped almost everything. I got bored about halfway through. I was like, nah, I'm kind of done scrapping things. There's so much to scrap. I mean, seriously, there's so much to scrap in this place, and it gets enormous. Anyway, all right, so you put some pylons around, connect them. I threw a connector here, and then you can drop in. You know, I got some lights in there and everything, so it's it's a little nicer. Okay, so now what are we gonna do? Okay, so in Sanctuary, each one of these houses, like I said, is probably gonna be a different business. But right now we can't make any businesses. But what I do want to do is sort of put a couple of things down to get the place started for when people start showing up here. Now I don't know exactly how much I'm gonna have to prepare. So let's first things first are resources, right? We do need to get some water, and thankfully this place has tree. This place has a phenomenal source of water. Right, and I don't even know if I can build one of these things yet. Let's find out. Water. Nah, I can't even build one. I'm out of copper. That's right. That was my problem. I need copper. Those usually drop right there. Well, we actually don't need water right now because we don't have any people living here. You only have to worry about that once people start showing up. But what I was going to show you is how I prep for food for when they get here so they can start. So I don't let the people live in the houses. Instead, I build them their own little place, usually right here on this spot, so that way some people who work, maybe the security up front can get there, and those who work in the stores back there. But I think this time we're going to do it a little differently, just because I want to do something kind of fun. What I like to do is I'm going to build a little spot here. This is going to be where all my people live. And what I like to do when building this is, and I don't know, maybe other people do it this way too. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. But I always like to start with a shack foundation. So it's a little bit raised up off of the ground in the first place, which I always thought was kind of cool. And we'll do 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll do 4 in that direction. Let's do 2, 3. Yeah, we can do 4. Do 4 in this direction here, and then let's just kind of fill it in. Though we are going to be deleting some of these here in just a moment, because we're going to be putting in a different thing in the middle and on the edges. So I start with the shack foundation. So I like to think, if this was the real world, how would they actually build this stuff, right? So let's go ahead and let's also put a stairway down. Which one would that be? Half and half? Yeah. All right. So that's how they're going to get up here. So this is going to be the beginning of our little home for our people, all right? Now what I like to do is I like to build upwards. When we start thinking about how towns come under attack, there's a whole thing. And like you have to figure out how much water per people, how much defense and food and stuff, and then it limits the attacks to the least it could do, how much your defense is compared to your people. But a lot of that is also, remember that they don't just drop people anywhere to attack you. They come from very specific points. Sanctuary's big. You could theoretically build a wall around Sanctuary and sort of wall off anyone who's dropped outside of those walls in a spot that they come to attack you, but you still have to fight those fights. You can't just leave them, because those things, you have to defeat them, otherwise your settlements can suffer. So what I like to do, let's pick this one. There we go. So that's going to take us up to a second level. And now, this is one of those moments when, like, reality doesn't really support this, but theoretically, if I were to take off the edges there and replace them with this guy, same over here. Alright, build some nice corners there. Okay. Now, let's go to floors. Oh, no, not floors. Hold on. What are we going to do here? Oh, right. Yes, so we do need floor. Build floors here. What we're doing is we're just setting the stage for where the people are going to sleep. What I like to do is I like this first level to be sort of an entertainment area. You know, we'll end up putting like a pool table over here and a jukebox and all sorts of stuff. And I like going to the miscellaneous here. These railings are great. We put the railings in. So it sort of creates like a little, you know, it's just a little fun little spot for them to hang. You could also set this up where you have any of the especially from the DLCs, there's miscellaneous things that you can drop in, which would let's do one right here, right there, perfect. There are miscellaneous things you can drop in that increase happiness, so that's a great thing to do there. Oops, need more floor. Like the barber's chair and the soda maker and all that jazz. Okay. Except... Oops. You know what I did wrong? We don't need floors. We need these. Maybe I do need floors then. Yeah, I do need a floor there. Because then... That's right. So on the edges here... It's been a little while since I built one of these guys. Instead of dropping one of these floors, we put one of these in. Okay. Now let's just go. Now you could build, theoretically, you could build up, right? Instead of having this guy here, we could go to a third floor, you know? You know, maybe these are the, maybe there's like levels of beds. I don't know. It's all, and you can build up later too. You don't have to build it all right now. You know, we can kind of leave that there. That's fine. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a floor here. Wait, no, what do we do? This way we have a ceiling. We need to get better at using the snap too. Okay, so now you go up a level and you got a whole second floor here. But you say, but wait, Matt, that everyone will fall off. You're right, except they have these walls, which I think are the coolest things ever, especially with the drapes. You throw these guys on here. Look at how much extra space that adds, by the way. Just consider how much extra space that is actually adding. How cool. How cool. And you can mix it up a little. There's a bunch of different ones. I like, anywhere they sleep, I like giving them sort of that, with the Rocket Man there. Because, yeah, it's nice, you know. It's nice little thing. Oh, and in the corners... Put these little guys. Okay. There it goes. Oh, one more. Okay. Now, obviously, I don't have enough stuff to build to put all the lights and all the... Maybe I can put some beds in here. Yeah, we don't have anybody here yet. It's not... This isn't like... What I like to do is maybe I'll put a bed like... I'll put beds like these. Like this. Okay. Giving people plenty of room. There we go. 3, let's put a 4th one here. Oh, no, let's put one here. Put a 4th one here. And then, again, thinking like, how would this actually work if, like, you lived in this world? How would you want to live? How would you want to sleep? Where would you want to work? You know, how would you want to set your neighborhood up? And then maybe on those extra ones... Oops, no. Let's see, hold on. And maybe one of them is going to be like a... Oh, yeah, you put like a desk here. Maybe this is for people so if they want to write letters and stuff. Here we'll put this because we're going to have people that are going to want to... You know, they got to put their clothes somewhere, right? And then maybe over here we'll have one of these guys, maybe 2 of these guys, I don't know. There we go. Okay, and there, you know, again, there's so much more you can do with this place. Tables, chairs that you can put down, decorations for the floor. In time, you'll be able to actually get like rugs, like nicer rugs and things. Yeah, if we wanted, we could put a rug down right here, maybe. No, hold on. Put a rug right here. And there's an ashtray. Oh, and then, yeah, let's just put like, people might want to sit at a little table here and have a smoke and like talk and, you know, just kind of be pals in the post-apocalyptic future. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, here maybe we have like a bench or something we dragged up here. Maybe on the other side. We have like a nice, almost like couch thing. You know, so we can create little spaces like this in here. I mean, it's gonna be. We're gonna drop. We're gonna put a fan with a light in here. We're gonna do all sorts of fun stuff. And then we'll close that off eventually. The other thing we're going to do, and I don't have the parts for it, but when we go to defense, when we start doing turrets, we're going to put turrets here because they shoot outward. They will defend us should we be invaded. All right. So this is kind of, I just wanted to prepare a little bit and kind of put something up like this. It's silly and fun. Yes, I'm going to do a second and a third floor to it. What I like to do, because there'll need to be 2 floors for people to sleep, but the top floor is going to be where you do all that stuff that like people like, you know, like the it's going to have like a bar and places to drink and stuff, that an atmospheric thing. And then on top of it, this is the brilliant part, is where you're going to plant crops to grow. So they don't have to come out to do that, and we can sort of condense who is running around Sanctuary. Alright, so that's just some real basic stuff that I wanted to go over before we kind of moved on. Just kind of showing you my character. I did put on what looks like a left arm a leather thing for my shoulder there. It's for some defense. And I'm wearing my Clark Kent glasses. I have slept. Yep. Alright, so now we're going to move on. We're going to go to the... Oh, excuse me, my ADHD is killing me a little bit. I just saw some stuff. Nope. Yeah, all back here. We're going to move on now to the next spot, and you guys know what the next spot is, right? Because it's the Red Rocket Inn. It's one of the most iconic... Excuse me, one of the most iconic locations in the entire game. Oh, and before we go, last thing too, do yourself a favor. Go to the cooking station, craft. Go down to any sort of roast, and whatever you have, cook the meat. Okay, grilled rad roach. How much do we got? We got 11. Takes 3 to grill one. Perfect. Let's see, what else have we got? We got mutt chops. Yeah, I had to kill that one dog. Okay. Those things are going to be invaluable to us as we kind of move our way through the wasteland. Because healing stuff is hard to find. It really is. And you don't want to abuse or use all of your stim packs. Now, real quick as we cross this bridge, there is something down there that we could head for. There's a helmet that we can get and some supplies. But A, it's filled with in an area that has a bunch of radiation. And B, there are blood wings, things that'll shoot you and hurt you. So we're not going to worry about that right now. There is that tower there and that tower there. And in between those is a nice little respite. But next to it is going to be another location. And we are going to go there before we continue too farther on in the game. Crossing over. Let's see. Yeah, let's just grab everything we can, right? Why would a dog have pre-war money? Hold on a second. That doesn't make any sense. There. Oh, it's up here. Ugh. Statue? Ah, yes. And also, if you guys are going to put it down in the comments, yes, I also remember that there's both a bunker in Sanctuary as well as a bag on top of the house. Yes, I do remember that. I did that off camera. Here is Red Rocket Inn. Now, there's 2 things you need to know about Red Rocket Inn. Once you meet the dog, that's when the whatchamacallits are going to come out.
Hey, boy.
So be prepared for that.
What are you doing out here all by yourself?
Yeah, let's go.
You want to come with me, pal?
Sounds good.
Okay, then. Let's stick together.
And while I have it on me, the Drifter outfit is a 5 protection and a 7 defense against lightning with a weight of 10. What do I have with my... I'm at a 1 right now in defense. We're going to switch to the Drifter outfit for a little bit, okay, guys? But I am going to keep my postman's hat on. Yeah, there we go. Yes. Again, this is another great place to take, yoink, and to scrap everything that's here. I am obviously not going to do that right now. This will be what I do off camera next, is scrapping this entire place and turning it into a small home away from home. Looking for newer stuff. You can, the good caps, yep. And then right underneath this is where those stupid pig things live. But they are such a great little mini quest early on in the game. Alright, Doug. Let's go. So if we just hop down here. Ooh, glowing fungus. Thank you. The great thing about this game is, too, the further you go in a dungeon, if you need to go away, if you need to go back, just go back. Like, you don't have to complete something the first time around. And the things that you kill will stay dead. So if you find yourself in a position where you're running out of ammo, you're just not doing a good enough job getting stuff killed, you take too much damage, you can escape. What do I have? Do I have, I do have frag grenades. Yeah, alright. Hello? Are there any more of you to kill?
Yo.
Yo, dog. Ooh, 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 ooh. Stay away from that. Bad rads. Bad rads. Brake light! Brake light! 10 points if you can tell me what that's from in the, the thing below, in the comments below. Brake light! Brake light! It's the only clue you're getting. What in that cabinet? It's back here. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. I think I used up both my frag grenades. Yep, it dug through a tunnel. Of course it did. Mm-hmm. Don't drink the water. The water is not good. Let's see if we can unlock this.
Got it.
There we go. Alright, so it's, you know, just like a little fun dungeon. Real easy to get through, especially if you've got yourself a frag grenade or two. Alright, let's go. So I've got a couple of levels, but I don't want to bring them up just yet. We're going to do those in a minute. Come on, game. Did I break it? Yeah. Alright, so while we're waiting, yeah, so this early in the game, you really just need to get some stuff, real quick stuff done without going too far. You want to get to like level 7 or 8 before you go into Concord, really. I mean, and you can do it. Setting up quests is a great way to kind of get started, to put stuff on your map, but just looking around the area that you're in for any extra little thing you can do. Building your settlements gives you experience points. That's why right now, what are we at? Yeah, I've got 2 more levels that I can go up right now because I was building in that settlement. And I'm going to get a lot more when I go back and build up Red Rocket. Okay, now there's your next location that you want to get to because you want to open up a quest. But I want to show you this over here. There are, at any given time under this one here, there's going to be several rad stags. Rad stags are phenomenal when you cook they grill their meat. And you really do, you're going to want those bonuses when you get to it. When you get to those moments when you want to carry stuff through a...
That's close enough, stranger.
Oh, sorry.
Farm. We don't want any trouble.
No, I don't want any trouble either. I'm friendly.
It's okay, I'm friendly. Not looking to cause any trouble.
If you say so, but be warned, we're armed here, so don't try anything. Let me tell you, farming ain't easy. Out in the field all day, every day, and every minute of it spent watching your back.
Farming's hard work.
Won't argue with that. Blake Abernathy, you new to the Commonwealth?
Yeah, you could say that.
Good to see a new face. How about you? Ever think about working the land?
I'm sure I'll give it a try someday.
Well, good luck to you then. Maybe I'll see you at the Diamond City Market someday. We'll do a swap. Word of advice, though. If you do start up a farm, be ready to deal with the raiders. Why do all the hard work when you can just take what you want at gunpoint?
Sounds like bad news to me.
You really are new to these parts.
Yeah, every one of these places gets attacked.
You have something they want? They won't hesitate to take it. Last time those raiders hit us, my daughter Mary tried to stand up to them. Now she's buried out back of the house. Only 21 years old, and they shot her down without a thought. That's why we need the Minutemen back. And the sooner, the better.
So, more than likely this will be a Minutemen run, just letting you guys know.
I'm sorry to hear you say so.
I honestly, I've played my favorite ending to this game was playing the Institute run. Yeah, they're the bad guys, but also I kind of ideologically agree with them on a lot of things.
Don't worry. I'll get that locket back for you.
All right, so basically, I'm just returning the favor. You promise you're going to go to the satellite station and get the locket back. It is a pretty tough dungeon. Ooh, what'd you say?
You hear about that farm run by ghouls? Isn't that something?
Oh yeah, also steal all the potatoes. Because
Hey, wait there. Come on.
Because you're gonna use these potatoes to farm. It's one of the first places you can go to get free crops for your settlements. I don't like messing around with this place till I own it.
New here? Well,
It's funny. Just for a moment there, I thought you were your sister.
Okay. Well, I'm always happy to look like your sister.
don't think about that.
Oh, this is a little thing. Just a little place over here. If you're playing on a much harder mode, this is a great place to go to sleep. Buff out. Yeah, we don't use buff out normally. Yeah, it's a great place you can sleep, or if like a radiation storm is coming in, just take an hour nap real quick, and you won't have to worry about the rad storm. All right, so now that we've got a couple of things here, yeah, let's head back to Sanctuary real quick. Because we are going to level up. I do want to really kind of, oh shoot, all right, be careful. There is a bloat fly up here. Oh. Early on in the game, these guys can be a little difficult. I'm going to go ahead and use a crit on it. See, if you try to play this like a first-person shooter, it's not going to work. You got to use VATS, guys. You got to use VATS. It's the only way to ensure that you're going to hit the things that you're shooting at, and that you're not just going to waste as much ammo. Oh, there's a thing up here too, isn't there? Yeah, a little bit of free water for you if you need some water, especially if you're playing a survival with thirst. Where's Red Rocket? There it is. Let's head back to Red Rocket. Actually, we might end up triggering the things coming up and trying to eat us. That'd be good. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of this. Okay, so let's talk about the plan. Let's talk about where we're going to be headed with this character and what we're going to be doing for the next couple episodes. First things first, we are going to head to Concord, right? We're going to get ourselves involved with the Minutemen and get them back to Sanctuary, because that's going to be the route that we're eventually going to take anyway when we're on our way to the Institute. That being said, you and I might know what's coming up in Concord. What are some of the big things to worry? It's not hard. It's just something big, and there's some raiders that we're gonna have to deal with. So in order to kind of live that life, I want to get just a little bit more experience under my belt. I want to level a few more times to be able to get a few more perks that I think that are really going to benefit us when we get to that point. So to do that, we're going to go find that locket. That's going to be our first thing, which takes us down a route that will actually take us around a couple of things that are really useful to have early on in the game. Okay, so again, look, this is we've been playing now an hour and a half, and in that time we're already level like 5. We were already able to take like 5 or 6 or 4 or 5 perks. We've already opened up a couple of quests. We're doing pretty good when it comes to our ammo. We're not abusing our ammo. So this is all a good start. It's all about taking on what you can take on, right? Now, I want to make sure that I can use all this stuff going forward. The only way to ensure that I can use all this stuff going forward is to start building supply lines, which takes a couple of things in order to get there. I'm going to leave this because I really just want that computer to exist. I think it's a really cool computer. In order to get supply lines going, we're going to have to take a couple of perks that'll connect these things. And I think it's also important to remember that not just taking a couple of perks, we're going to need to make sure that we have people. So we're also going to want to build a radio tower back at Sanctuary, trying to get people to come live there. Then you might say, but wait, if you go to Concord and get the guys there, then they make you do that anyway. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to have to wait for that. I want these guys, I want people coming to my settlements right now, because we can use them. We're going to make something of this place. I swear it. Alright. It's far, far less to scrap than Sanctuary. I think there's still a couple houses in Sanctuary I left. Remember what I said? We need copper. Copper, 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 copper. So here's what we're going to do. Now that we've successfully taken everything really here. I know there's a car over there. Let's go over here. Let's take a look at the transfer. What do we got? Nuka-Cola and a stim pack. I'll take those. Junk. Do we have it? 2 copper. Circuitry is always good. Well, let's take circuitry. Glass would be good. Refuses. Here's good. Glass is good. Rubber. Take some steel. Wood. Yeah. He's carrying a lot of stuff. Okay. Let's take all that now back to Sanctuary. Running down the road and headed back to Sanctuary. There's a dead guy in the road, but I don't think that he will bury. He's programmed to be buoyant, so you can't throw him in the river. But I think that's why I've got this zombie slaying sword in my quiver. No, why would you put a sword in a quiver? Oh, Matthew. Will your shenanigans never be interesting or unique? Haha. Alright, you, transfer. Have all the junk. What also do you have in here for me? Oh, yeah, so in all the stuff around town, we got some pipe pistols, which we can give out, and a 10mm pistol. We got some cool apparel, too, stuff that we might use. Aid-wise, we did find a bunch of stuff. Let's take, like, the Med-X. Nuka-Colas are okay. Rad-X and Radaway, you're going to use a lot of that. Stim packs, you will always need stim packs. And bobby pins. Those will just happen for you. Okay. So what were we going to okay, so yeah, we're gonna go to let's pull up our map. So we know that here's the satellite station. It's not that far off. And there's Concord. So for Abernathy Farm, we want to go up here to the satellite station to take back what is ours. Right? Good. That's a big map. Alright. So let's go ahead. Let's level up. What did I say before I wanted to take? It was Action Boy. You want your action points to regenerate faster. Really want Aqua Boy. We can't get there right now. Let's also take local leaders so we can establish supply lines between our workshop settlements. It's not the best because we don't really have everything we need just yet for it, but that's okay. We're going to take it anyway. Before we go, just kind of finishing up what we started here. can I make? I don't have enough crystal or copper. Let's tag those for search. That's what we need as a recruitment radio beacon in order to go and find everything. How many light bulbs do we have? How many generators can I make? Only one medium. We do. Oh, now that we have some copper. Yep, that's right. Water. Can I build one of those? Ah, I can build one. However, it does require power. So let's go put it where it belongs. There we go. Can't make any of those right now, huh? But I do have that extra one over at my house. I built 2 that produce 5. I should be able to take one of them away from the system here and still power all the lights that I got going on. Let's see. Yeah, and then what about in there? Yep, okay. So I only need 1 generator for that house. We're going to have to go find a lot of copper and crystal because we're going to need to build generators. Let's throw a generator down here. Oops. And now I've got water. Okay. Now, when I go to plant food, I don't know if I can do it because I can't seem to get the it's installed all the expansions, but it's not giving me expansion options. Let's see. Miscellaneous does not have. So we can't do the thing I normally do with miscellaneous, which is you get what's called a garden plot. You can put it on anything. So I put it on the roofs of things, and you can plant in them. So for right now, I can't do anything. I don't know why it's not giving me access to that stuff. We'll have to figure that out. But while we're trying to figure that out, let's go ahead and just go to, what did we steal? A bunch of potatoes? Yeah, let's just drop some potato plants. I normally don't like doing it this way. I don't like putting it on just like random plots of land. I'd rather build a place to farm in, or an area. But we'll just go ahead and do this. Yeah, we don't have anybody here, so nobody's working it. But when we get people here, what is it? A person can work 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Okay. 3 people can work that. I do, for defense, I go to guard posts. This is just a design aesthetic that I really like. I'll show you. I throw a guard post right here. And I throw a guard post right here. And then structures, wood, no. Fences. Junk fences. And this is the door to a junk fence door. Kind of put it in between them. So anyone coming in has to come through that door, right? Now, obviously, they can just walk around. We're not, this thing isn't freaking airtight, but I don't know. It's a nice little aesthetic. If you were coming into Sanctuary for the first time across this bridge, hopefully you wouldn't fall into the freaking water. There we go. You'd see 2 guards. We're going to have spotlights up here eventually. And actually, let's just this a little bit. There we go. So you'd have to come in through the gates, through the guards. Welcome to Sanctuary. Alright. Not bad. Alright. So, that's just getting it all kind of set up here. that's basically what we've got for this episode. I just wanted to kind of talk about the base building a little bit. Going forward, I'll probably do stuff in between episodes. You're not going to see me build these things, but I just kind of wanted you to get an idea of what it was that I was going to be building for these guys. First, here, their own homes and things like that, using these as stores eventually, putting out stuff like the crops, stuff like but also utilizing both any other location you go to, you want to kind of scavenge it for parts, and that's really what we're looking at here. So, all right, guys, that was that was another great episode. Wow, it's already been an hour, hasn't it? That's been another great episode. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, do me a favor, like the video. If you hated what you saw, go ahead and dislike the video. But I'd like to know why. So leave a comment. Just all I ask is that you just be respectful. Like, comment, and then subscribe, guys. I've got a lot of cool stuff on this channel. I'm sure you've looked at my videos and you've seen a bunch of different stuff. It's not just gameplay stuff. I am doing other kinds of stories and things, which will be a lot of fun in time. So, go check all that stuff out, and then come back next time when we set off to rescue a locket for a grieving family. And that just sounds like a good setup for a sitcom. All right, guys, thanks so much for coming. Once again, I have been in the Inedible Matman, Baron von Nerdmeister himself, saying, hey, be cool. I have no outro. It's just awkward.